You're locked into PP. This is Primetime Platform. Let's get into the main event.
Yes, Mr. Chair, it is true. It is Sana Sabally who's appearing before the Commission.
I, Sana Sabally,
do swear that.
Do swear that.
I'll speak the truth.
I'll speak the truth.
The whole truth.
The whole truth.
And nothing but the truth.
And nothing but the truth.
People used to just call him Mighty Sabally. He was that tough, no-nonsense soldier who basically pulled off the 1994 military coup all by himself, only for Yaya Jammeh to become leader and chairman of the AFPRC. Sabally became vice chairman of the Armed Forces Provisional Ruling Council. Honestly, some people say he was the real power in the country, but it didn't last. Things fell apart between him and Jammeh pretty fast. Next thing you know, Sabally's arrested, put on trial, convicted, and sent off to Mile 2 Central Prison for 9 years. When he finally got out, he didn't stick around. He took off for exile in Germany and kept a low profile, at least until he turned up at the Gambia's Truth, Reconciliation and Reparations Commission, TRRC, right after Jammeh's shocking election defeat. On April 24, 2019, Sabally walked into the TRRC, and honestly, his entrance was so striking that even the commissioners seemed stunned. It looked almost unreal.
You are not under arrest. There is no legal process that is keeping you here by force.
Okay.
You are here voluntarily. Is that true?
Yeah, I think I will say that better. I come here for my nation. I come here voluntarily. I am not under force, and nobody begged me to come either. It is my will to come to take part in my nation's issue as far as the TRRC is concerned.
The Truth, Reconciliation and Reparations Commission, TRRC, in the Gambia has established a rigorous and highly confidential investigative process to uncover the truth behind decades of human rights abuses. This process is particularly crucial when engaging with sensitive witnesses, whose testimonies could have profound implications for the nation's understanding of its past. The Commission's approach emphasizes discretion, ensuring that preliminary interviews are conducted away from public scrutiny to protect the safety and identities of those involved. One of the most significant moments in the TRRC's history was the testimony of Sana Sabally.
Yes, Mr. Chair, it is true. It is Sana Sabally who's appearing before the Commission.
I, Sana Sabally,
Do swear that.
do swear that.
The former vice
I'll speak
chairman
the truth,
of the Armed Forces
whole truth,
Provisional Ruling Council,
and nothing but the truth.
AFPRC. Sabally's appearance marked a turning point in the Commission's efforts to confront the Gambia's dark history. His tenure as vice chairman was infamous for its brutality, with widespread reports of reckless violence, public fear, and human rights violations. His convoy was notorious for speeding through streets, firing indiscriminately at pedestrians and motorists, while his regime was characterized by beatings, torture, and summary executions of political opponents. Sabally's role in the 1994 counter-coup crackdown, where he personally ordered and participated in the execution of alleged conspirators, solidified his reputation as a figure synonymous with terror.
We would also want to discuss your time as Vice Chairman of the AFPRC, especially violations that you and your entourage committed against civilians, those who were shot on the road, those who were harassed, those who were beaten.
Given his legacy of violence, many Gambians believed Sabally would never return to face the TRRC. His unexpected decision to testify publicly stunned the nation. For years, he had been a distant figure, known only through stories of fear and fleeting glimpses of his armed convoy. His appearance before the Commission brought those stories to life, exposing the psychological scars left on both survivors and witnesses of his regime. The moment he took the stand was charged with emotional intensity, as he embodied the atrocities that had long haunted the collective memory of Gambians. Behind the scenes, however, Sabally's testimony was the result of careful preparation by the TRRC. His preliminary meetings with lead investigators were conducted in utmost secrecy, involving only a select group of individuals. This approach aimed to mitigate security risks and ensure that his participation could proceed smoothly despite widespread animosity toward him. These confidential discussions allowed investigators to verify information, strategize for public hearings, and prepare for potential challenges during his testimony. The significance of Sabally's appearance extended beyond his individual actions. It represented a pivotal moment in the Gambia's journey toward reconciliation and accountability. By confronting one of its most feared figures, the nation took a bold step toward uncovering the truth and addressing the pain inflicted by years of authoritarian rule.
Mr. Sabally.
Yes, please.
Welcome to the TRRC.
The TRRC's meticulous process highlighted the importance of balancing transparency with caution, ensuring that witnesses could safely share their experiences while shedding light on the atrocities that had long been shrouded in silence. Sabally's testimony underscored the transformative power of truth-telling in healing a nation. It demonstrated that even those who were once symbols of fear and oppression could play a role in fostering accountability and reconciliation. For the Gambia, this moment served as a reminder that confronting its past, no matter how painful, is essential for building a future rooted in justice and peace.
Are you ready to discuss this topic?
I am.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
What are your full names, please?
I am Sana Sabally.
Sana Sabally was born in Kasakunda, 1965, the year the Gambia gained independence. He completed high school in 1988 and joined the Gambian Armed Forces in 1989. Within 5 years of service, he rose to the rank of second lieutenant. Shortly afterward, in 1994, Sabally played a key role in orchestrating a coup that overthrew the 30-year regime of Sir Dawda Jawara. Following the coup, Sabally became the vice chairman of the Armed Forces Provisional Ruling Council, AFPRC, the new ruling body. However, his tenure in this position was brief. He soon had a falling out with the chairman of the AFPRC, which led to his arrest. Sabally was subsequently convicted of treason and sentenced to 9 years at Mile 2 Central Prison.
Say we fast forward.
Okay.
After July, you became vice chairman of the AFPRC, and in 1995 January there was purging within the AFPRC. You found yourself in jail. You served 9 years in prison, and then you were released. What did you do after that?
After my release?
Yes.
After my release, I went to Senegal. This was on the 16th of February. And I came back on the 17th to attend the Independence Parade. And then after the independence, on the 21st, my life was attempted on, and I had to leave the country.
After serving his sentence, Sabally went into exile in Germany. While in Germany, he lived a quiet life, working as a nurse and staying out of the public eye. Even after a change of government in the Gambia, Sabally remained silent, seemingly avoiding any involvement in political or public matters. This long period of silence made it all the more surprising when Sabally appeared as a witness during hearings held by the Gambia's Truth, Reconciliation and Reparations Commission, TRRC. His decision to testify shocked many, as he had maintained a low profile for years and was aware that his past actions, particularly during his time as vice chairman of the AFPRC, would make him a controversial figure. Despite this, Sabally came forward to testify about alleged crimes committed during his tenure, a move that caught everyone off guard.
You were compelled, as you believe,
Right.
to change the democratically established order.
Correct.
That's your position.
Correct.
So, in a sense, you arrogated to yourself the responsibility to be the watchman of the country, to see where violations existed and you correct them.
Correct.
Was that really the role of the military?
We did not arrogate this to ourselves, but from the Constitution. We believe in any genuine democracy, the Constitution is the supreme law. And we, as the armed forces of the Gambia, coupled with our Gambia Armed Forces Act, we had a duty, a bounden duty.
Mighty Sabally remains a polarizing figure in the annals of history. His steadfast defense of his actions during the military regime, particularly regarding the controversial events of November 11, continues to spark debate. Sabally's appearance before the TRRC, Truth, Reconciliation and Reparations Commission, was anticipated as an opportunity for reflection and possible remorse. However, instead of expressing regret, he stood firm in his beliefs, asserting that the actions taken, including the execution of the counter-coup plotters, were justified within the context of war. He emphasized that it was a matter of survival, kill or be killed, and he chose to ensure his own survival. When questioned about the necessity of the 1994 coup d'etat that disrupted the country's democratic governance, Sabally did not waver. He argued that the coup was essential, framing it as a constitutional duty of the military to act when civilian leadership fails to uphold its oath of office.
We are not there ready to salute any individual who was not there to uphold the Constitution. If you break the law, why do we have to uphold that law? When you are the custodian of that law, when you are the people who promulgated those laws.
According to him, the Constitution provided a mandate for such action under those circumstances. This perspective has drawn both criticism and support, with some viewing his stance as a rationalization of undemocratic actions, while others see it as a principled defense of his decisions during a tumultuous time. Sabally's unwavering position has cemented his reputation as Mighty Sabally, a figure who, for better or worse, is unyielding in his convictions. His legacy remains deeply contested, leaving many to grapple with questions about morality, governance, and the limits of power during moments of national crisis.
That's all for this edition. See you next time. Primetime Platform. Don't miss out on any of our latest action. Check out these videos and subscribe today.